After being ruled by Britain for 156 years, Hong Kong was returned to China on July 1st, 1997. Earlier this month, Milda went to check out the city after 11 years under Chinese control.
"360 degrees as far as the eye can see. Hong Kong is packed with skyscrapers that stretch out on 1,100 square kilometers of land. Populated by nearly 7 million people, this city is vibrant and dynamic. Although it was a British colony for 156 years, the city's continuous cycle of deconstruction and rebuilding has seen only a few colonial structures survive the wrecking ball. Since Britain handed over the sovereignty to China 11 years ago, Hong Kong has become a special administrative region to China, with the principle of one country, two systems.
It is an arrangement which guaranteed that upon resumption of sovereignty by Beijing over Hong Kong in 1997, we would remain a free port, free economy. We can keep the English common law system. That we would have international links with World Trade Organization. That Hong Kong can continue to be the international financial center of Asia, and that we would remain a free, modern, vibrant society.
We have continued to grow, and in recent years, actually very strongly. We suffered a bit of setback immediately after the handover, largely because of the Asian financial crisis, largely because of the significant drop in asset prices in those years, leading to a deflationary spiral. But then the economy bottomed out in 2003, and ever since then, we had an average of over 7% growth per annum in the last few years.
But now, Hong Kong is facing rivalry like never before, with big mainland cities like Shanghai and Beijing.
I wouldn't say that's a real competition. I would see those as challenges. And I think the challenge is actually how Hong Kong can better cooperate with those cities to build up its future relationship with China.
Despite the growing economy, people still cry out their grievances in a major rally that's become a significant event every 1st of July.
Today, 1st of July, more than 50,000 people turn out on the street to mark the establishment of Hong Kong Special Administrative Region.
To bring democracy and equality and no discrimination.
The turnout was the lowest number since 2003, and it's speculated to continue to decline.
Hong Kong people, their confidence towards the Chinese government is somehow increasing, comparing with 10 years before.
I think it was still small when the handover happened, and I think there's not much change except that we have to learn more about China at school, and we are attached more to China.
I think the political environment is even more better than before.
People voicing it out is just a very good sign that this society has allowed people to speak up.
I think it's very bad.
Why?
Why? Because the Hong Kong government cannot do their job.
Like what?
Like what? Everything. Everything is beyond their control, only controlled by China.
The main issue is universal suffrage, a full democracy where one person can have one vote. At the moment, only 800 voters represent the 7 million.
"11 years after the handover, we don't see Hong Kong people ruling Hong Kong with a high degree of autonomy, because all important policy decisions on Hong Kong are not made by the local government, but by Beijing or Beijing's representatives in Hong Kong.
There's equality, no discrimination."
In December last year, 2007, and we expressed our wish for a firm timetable for introducing universal suffrage to be set. The National People's Congress Standing Committee made a decision that the chief executive may be returned through universal suffrage in 2017, and the Legislative Council can be formed by universal suffrage in 2020.
Why must we wait for 10 years before we have democracy? because Hong Kong is ready. You see intervention also in every level of elections in Hong Kong, from the chief executive election, and the legislative council elections, and district council elections. The central government liaison office is orchestrating the elections at every level to make sure that the pro-Beijing candidates will win.
The reality is that the central government has the final say on when to introduce universal suffrage in Hong Kong, both in terms of constitutional relationship and also in terms of the political reality in Hong Kong.
If the Beijing leaders were to trust the Hong Kong people, just as we have learned to trust them, they should leave it to Hong Kong people to decide when to have democracy.
The pro-democracy rally was peaceful as in previous years, but their fear is it may not be in the future. In the meantime, this City of Lights retains its position as Asia's top financial center and a favorite destination.
Well, that's all for this week. You can also watch our program online at www.tvnz.co.nz, keyword Asia Down Under. And if you have any community notices, you can send them to asiadownunder@extra.co.nz. Till next week, ka kite anō. This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.